So you're going to be on that stage for the upcoming first primary GOP debate here on Fox News Live, August 22nd. But I want to look at this poll number as we go into this first primary debate, ask you how you're preparing for the debate. Look where Donald Trump is going into this debate, above 50%. Governor, he's at 56%. You're at 22%, according to this poll. I think one of the reasons that Donald Trump is in the lead is because of the corruption and the unfairness of our justice system. I want to know what you're going to do. What are you going to do about the fact that the FBI worked with Twitter to censor information, amplify lies, and suppress truth? What are you going to do about this influence peddling that we see is in plain sight that the Biden family has been doing allegedly for now more than a decade? What can you do about it to straighten things out, given the fact that the Americans are sick and tired of the corruption they see in plain sight?
We will end the weaponization of government. And that's, of course, a new FBI director on day one. That's a difference between me and Donald Trump. He says the jury's still out on FBI Director Wray. I think you need a new start on day one. We're going to clean house at the Department of Justice. And, you know, I look back at like the Hunter Biden censorship, which was a huge, huge deal to happen in the 2020 election. And yet, you know, those were Donald Trump's own agencies that were colluding with big tech. I would never allow that to happen. I would fire those people immediately. And in fact, in Florida, we've signed legislation that prohibits all state and local government officials in our state from colluding with tech companies to try to censor the political speech of Americans. We're also going to have one standard of justice in this country. And right now, if you're connected to the D.C. elite, like Hunter Biden, I mean, look, if he were a Republican, he would have been in jail years ago, and I think we all know that. But if you're connected to the D.C. ruling class, you're able to get away with conduct that the average American won't. And so what we have is these institutions have been captured by one particular faction of our society, and they wield power against other factions they don't like. And so if you're like a pro-life activist, you may have FBI agents swarm your house, even though you said that you would surrender voluntarily. And so people see that over and over again. But here's what it requires, Maria. Requires a president that is disciplined, a president that is focused. You can't get distracted on this. These people are not going to voluntarily give up the power that they've accumulated over many decades of neglect. I've shown in Florida the ability to get the job done. We've cleaned house in our state, whether it's firing a Soros prosecutor in Tampa, removing a sheriff in Broward. Yep. We take the decisive action necessary, but we've got to get it done this time, because if we don't get it done this time, it's not going to happen.
Will you be on the debate stage next month?
Of course. I look forward to doing it. I think really, Maria, that's when people are really going to start paying attention to the primary. I think up to this point, a lot of that has been about, you know, some of these legal cases, and I think a lot of the voters' concern about that, and understandably so. But I think that's going to be the focus. We're going to be able to talk about the vision, and I look forward to doing it. So I'm glad we're going to get started.
Governor, it's good to talk with you this morning. We'll be